How to potty train your little boys. Hi ladies, it's Abby McKenna here from Ready Set Mum. Are you wondering how you go about potty training or toilet training your little boys? What's some of the equipment that you need? What's the process? And what's some tips and tricks from other mums that you can use to help the process? Well, we're going to show you this in a really fun and valuable video today. Like always, we have asked experts from all over the world, aka other mums who have toilet trained little boys, to help us to help you. And you may notice that I'm actually at Faith's from Luna and Lullaby, our expert sleep consultant here at Ready Set Mum. She has 2 twin boys and she's currently in the process of potty training them. So I've come to her house so that we can make an absolutely fantastic, fun and value-filled potty training boy video for you. Make sure you stick around. This one's going to be a good one. Now, one of the biggest questions always is, when do I start potty training my boys? Now, I've spoken to mums who have started the potty training process at 6 months. I've spoken to mums who have started the potty training process at 3 or 4 years. The one key thing to remember is that your boys need to have some sort of control over their bladder and their bowel. Now, this often doesn't come in until about 12 months, but if you wanted to start getting into the habit, letting them hear the sound of flushing and getting some potty training habits before then, that's absolutely fine. The number one thing is that they're going to need some control over their systems, and also that they are going to be ready themselves and you are going to be ready. So how do you know when your little boys are ready? There is a number of things to look out for here. So one of them is that they have some kind of control over their bladder and over their bowel. Now, this may be that they are running to the toilet. They may also start using some forms of language to let you know that, hey, I've got a feeling that I need to go to the toilet. So recognizing that that feeling means I need to wee or I need to poo, which means that they are starting to develop, or is a sign that they're starting to develop control. So they may tell you that they need to wee or poo or whatever language it is that you use around your home. Another key sign of readiness is that they start to get uncomfortable. If their diaper is wet or there's a poo in there, this is another great sign that you can start potty training. And of course, are they interested in going to the toilet on their own or with you? Okay, so as a mother, one thing that I've learned is that the space around my lap when I go to the toilet doesn't actually belong to me. It now belongs to my children. They sit on my lap and they walk around and they sit down and they sing me songs. But when my girls were ready to be toilet trained, and Faith has found this with her boys as well, they will come in and they're very interested in you going to the toilet, potentially wanting to open your legs and see what's in the toilet or see it happening and flush the button, which is really great because some kids can be scared of that button flushing sound. So getting them used to that is absolutely fantastic. What's some of the equipment that I'm going to need to potty train my boys? Now, there's a number of different options for you, but often Western toilets are quite high off the ground and little boys might find it hard to get their little equipment up to the bowl. And also there is a little bit of fear and danger for little bums falling inside the bowl because they're a little bit smaller than the hole. So you might like to get yourself a potty or a floor toilet, and you can find some links to some ones that we've tried out here at Ready Set Mum. You can also get little step up ladders with toilet seats so that your boys can step up and have a wee in the toilet and get wee in the bowl, not all around it, but be prepared for that. That'll probably happen for a while. I have a partner, years potentially. Why do they do that? And also so they can fit their little bums. You can also get travel potty seats, so you can take them with you, and you can just get little potty seats that go on the toilet so that the hole is smaller and their bottom is nice and comfortable on the toilet. Now, you might also like to download some songs or get some books to help your boys to, one, make potty training fun, but also teach them about their anatomy, teach them about using jocks. I nearly said knickers. Teach them about using jocks and show them other experiences of little boys going to the toilet. So going from a potty to the toilet or straight to the toilet if that is what you are doing. You can also find some really great things to put inside the toilets that stick to the side or float in the water so that your boys can have a great time aiming at hitting things in the bowl while they're weeing or pooing. So how do I go about toilet training my boy? Now, the first question that people often ask is, how long does it take to toilet train little boys? There is no definitive answer over this. I've spoken to mums who have kept their boys home for a few days and they've managed to have them potty trained or toilet trained within those few days. I've spoken to other mums who have taken a different process where it's taken weeks or months. It's up to you guys to establish a routine that works best for you, but what we're going to do is actually show you some processes and some things that you can do that are tried and true and tested that work, you know, for short term and long term, and then your boys will pick it up when they're ready. So the first thing that you need to do is establish a routine. Now, our beautiful Mama Juvie from the Philippines, who has boys, has shared this with us along with a number of other mums. But this is a really good idea. So a routine is to make sure that you put them on the toilet at regular intervals throughout the day. Remember, when you're potty training, your little boy doesn't have to necessarily tell you that they need to go to the toilet in order for you to place them on the toilet. Sometimes it's just getting them used to the idea of sitting on the toilet and getting that feeling and understanding that this is where we put the things that come out of our body that needs to go to the toilet. Now, Juvie suggests that it's really good to do it in the morning when they wake up, after breakfast, once they've had some soft food and everything starts working, after lunch, after dinner, and after a bath. Now, the key thing for this is to make sure that you continue this routine even if you're outside of the house. So if you go for a coffee or out for dinner, make sure you still pop them on the toilet. And of course, if your children go to babysitting or a grandparent or a friend or care, just let them know what their routine is so they can continue to do that for you. Another great tip is nappy off time. Get your little boy naked. So sometimes little boys won't necessarily get from the point of having that feeling to the toilet on time. So let them run around naked, especially if you have a tiled house. And this is why a lot of mums wait for the summer to do it, so that it's a little bit warmer and they can run around with no clothes on. It's much easier for them to get from A to B. It may mean a few messes, but another thing that you can do is also have a potty in an accessible area that they can see it. So you might like to put a potty in the middle of the lounge room, and every time they go and sit on it, you give them a big wrap, you make them feel really special about themselves, and especially if they then go potty and put a little poo or a little wee on it, that is exceptionally really cool. Showing them where their poo and wee goes. So 2 ways that you can show them where their poo and wee goes is by being a role model, so taking little boys to the toilet with you, and of course if there is men in their life, so a father or a grandparent or an uncle or a trusted friend, get them involved to be a role model to take the little boys to the toilet and show them how it works. They can have a great time hitting ping pongs or whatever you've put in the toilet to establish a fun little routine for your boys together. And of course, if your little boy does do a poo or a wee in the potty, you then take the potty to the toilet and show them that that's where it goes. Signs to look for. So once again, Juvie from the Philippines, our beautiful mum here at Ready Set Mum, said that there is a number of signs that you can look out for to know when boys are ready to go to the toilet. So one of these signs is that their testicles are actually quite hard, not soft like you often see them, but quite hard. Now this is why we suggest to have the little boys' nappies off, because if they're in diapers, nappies, you can't necessarily see how firm their testicles are. Now if your little boys are running around in diapers, one thing to look for is their facial expression. You know, it's a little bit embarrassing. Okay, so their nose or their nostrils flares out a bit and their eyebrows go a little bit red. And some of your little boys may have signs that they're ready to go to the toilet or going to the toilet. So I know my little nephew used to run and hide in the cupboard and squat down there and do a poo in his nappy. So if he does that, ask him, are you doing a poo? And if he says yes or no, take him into the toilet and encourage him to do it on the toilet. What can I do to help my little boy who doesn't like going to the toilet? Now, some little boys aren't going to like going to the toilet. They might fear that they're going to fall in, or they might not like the sound of flushing. This is really normal, and there's a number of things that you can do to help them to do this. So you may like to sit on the toilet with your legs spread and have them sit in between your legs just like they were sitting on a potty, and then you can make the sound with them getting stronger and stronger, and they will bear down, and it will force them to push while you're doing it with them, make them feel more comfortable. A lot of boys don't like going to the toilet and having their poo plop into the toilet. It's just a little bit scary, so you can make up stories or make it really fun. I heard a fantastic story about a mum who told her little boy that it was fish chocolate, and if he didn't do poos in the toilet, that it wouldn't go out into the ocean and the fish wouldn't be able to eat their fish chocolate. So when he did poos in there, they used to say, yay, because now the fish get to eat their fish chocolate. And for little boys who are scared of the flush, this is also really normal, okay? So things that you can do is take them to the toilet in with you so that they can get used to it, or make fun out of it. Press the button, make the sound together, make up a story about rocket ships, or sing a song about the poo or the wheeze getting flushed down and make the flush a part of the song. How can I make this a fun experience for my little boys? There's so much that you can do. We've already spoken about books and we've spoken about songs, but you can also put things in the toilet. I love this. My sister did this. So many mums of boys have told me about this. So you might like to put ping pong balls in there, coloured ping pong balls if you can get them, because it's a really good educational experience getting them to aim for the green and the pink and helping them with control. But ping pong balls don't flush, right? So there's no danger of them going down to the toilet. So you literally just leave the ping pong balls in there and get your little boys to aim while weeing or pooing at the ping pong balls. You can also get some great sticky toys, and we've got some fantastic links to help you get your hands on them that you can stick to the bowl of your toilet, and your boys can aim at them. Make a great game out of it. They might be a robot shooting something or whatever it is that you guys are comfortable with playing with your boys. How about some incentives? Incentives are always fantastic. So as an example, you might make an incentive that if your boys go to the toilet every day or sit on the toilet a couple of times a day for a week, that you go out to their favorite playground. You might also like to try some reward charts. So you might make yourself up a fantastic sticker chart like the one Faith has got here, and every time they go to the toilet or they do wheeze and poos in the potty or outside or wherever it is that you are trying, put a little sticker on there. Make a big deal out of it, but kids are really visual and they can see that they are getting more and more stickers and they have a reward at the end, so it's a great incentive to get them to do wheeze or poos in the potty or in the toilet. I hope that you guys have enjoyed our great tips and fantastic videos from our mums here at Ready Set Mum. Let us know the strategies that work for you when toilet training your little boys. And like always, give this video a like and share, and head over to Ready Set Mum to read our article on potty training or toilet training little boys to get some absolutely fantastic further tips and advice in this wonderful little process. So Juvie just gave us the most amazing tip, and I'm going to use this for my girls as well. And this is that you can actually put cold water on your little boy's feet for a couple of minutes, and it will actually encourage them to start weeing. How amazing is that? Faith's over here like, that is so good. Here's Mama Faith getting ready to potty train her beautiful little twins.
It's happening. Thursday's the day. Potty training, take 2.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Waiting for Daddy to get home.
I'm just around the corner. I'm here for you.
Good. Good. Gonna need it.